Well, we have the Super Bowl, or the foosball, and we have the Olympics, which I'm actually watching the Olympics right here. I have it muted. But more importantly, no guests tonight because we got a lot going on, obviously. So, look, in honor of the Olympics, I got my official Stars and Stripes Olympic watching chair right here. I just got done reupholstering, but you can go back and check that video out because that's pretty interesting how we did that. Got a lot going on tonight. I'm out here sewing regardless. I've been out here sewing, so I'm going to show you from the last live episode we did. I showed you how to take the seat all apart, how to put the reference marks on it, and cut out the patterns. So we're going to continue that, and I have I started on the back seat pattern already, and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to show you what I have going with the seats. Now when I'm redoing the entire reupholstering the 67 Charger. And anybody want to go Google a 67 Charger? It's an endless interior. There's all kinds of goodies in there. Folding seats, buddy seats, flip down seats. I'm looking at them on the floor. The rear back seats fold down. The back thing folds into the trunk. I guess you can go camping in it. I guess that was the deal at one time. But anyway, we are going to continue on, like I said. So let me back the camera up and show you what I got going on. Like I said, the Olympics. We got the Olympic chair ready to go. Let me back up the camera and get a little wider view here of what's going on. All right, let me just show you. Let me just show you what we got here. This is the one of the seats, one of the rear seats, left or right, it doesn't matter. As you can see, I already took the one apart, but this would be one that's already still together that I have to take apart. And out of that, if you remember, if you were here last time, the last live session I did, I have the pattern already taken apart. Remember, we took this apart, and this is what I carved the new piece out of. Okay, this is the new piece, which is going to represent this piece. Okay, so we're going to put this back over here because we're going to sew this. So, what I am doing, I am matching, because these are the bottoms. The bottoms are already done, 100%. I already reupholstered these. As you can see, these are already redone. Right? So, I'm going to put this aside because we are going to do the backs. Now, I have the back already here. This is what we already took apart. Okay? This is all good stuff. Padding, everything on this is fantastic. No reason to take it apart. And I'm using quarter inch scrim back foam on the back of the vinyl. Okay, I have 10 yards of interior vinyl for this car. It's just a massive interior design. So let's get rolling with that. So what I want to do, I want to show you is obviously we're taking the patterns which I marked. Everything's marked. If you went back to the other video, all these patterns are marked, and we're going to trace these. We're going to cut these out in the whole 9 yards. That is my goal. I want to show you this too. Well, we're going to show you lots of stuff, I guess, here. These spray adhesives, okay? These are not to be used on upholstery. There's 50 brands of this stuff. This is only good for tacking the foam to be sewed. Okay, we do not use any can spray adhesive, not foam, on upholstery because it does not hold up to heat, anything. I sprayed it. I would spray it. I would use that stuff just to hold the vinyl to the foam before I can sew it. All right, that's the only reason you would use this stuff. This stuff is not meant any brand, even if it says for vinyl. Do not use this stuff. What you do use right. Hold on a second. This is good too. I don't know. I know I harp on this stuff, but this is what you do use. This is the only thing I use for anything that's not going to get sewed per se in your upholstery. This is what you use. This is adhesive that will, actually the words are backwards. I have to flip that. Hold on. Guess you got to read it backwards. There we go. Now it's right. Correct? Right. This is the only adhesive you want to use. This stuff is good for heat. It'll bond. It sticks 1,000 times better than the spray can. All right. Enough talking about glue. Well ventilated room too. This stuff gets nasty, and you don't want to kill any more brain cells than you already don't have, right? All right, let's get back over here. So, all right, I'm set up to sew here, and we're going to make some passes. All right, I'm on the computer. All right, here we go. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. One more thing I want to show you. Sewing machines. You're going to need, for those of you who are looking into to being, working on upholstery, whatever you're going to do. Little history here. I restore vehicles. I restore cars. Okay, I do the paint, I do the motors, I do the interiors, I do the upholstery, I do the metalwork, anything you can think of, okay, on the interior of a car, classic car. Now, if you go on the upholstery forums or the paint guy, everybody is very specific to that, and how can I put it? Like the soup Nazis, they are. If you go on the upholstery website, you haven't been doing it for 50 years, you suck. If you go on the paint guy, everybody's very opinionated. So, I just want to point out that when you're restoring a vehicle, and that's what you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you have to, because you'll never be able to afford, unless you got a lot of money, and it doesn't matter. Then you can pay anybody you want to restore your car, but you got to know a little bit of everything. And I've been doing this since I was a teenager, so I'm 55 now. I pretty much got everything down that I'm excited. I mean, there isn't much that I can't do anymore on the automobile. I mean, I'm not a machinist. I still have a machine shop but I'm getting off tangent here. So let me get this flipped around again. All right, I gotta flip this because I can't see this. All right. How's that look? How's that look? Sewing, sewing. All right, here we go. We're gonna start sewing. All right. Now, once you put all the lines, this is just a grease pencil, okay? I grease pencil every one of these lines with a T-square, I have a yardstick, a metal one. I put all the lines on. You got to take your time because every line has to be straight. All right, every line has to be straight because once it's on the seat and the bottom seat is coming in straight, it's going to go up the back seat. Every line has to be as straight as you possibly can get them, and that's going to take a little bit of time to little practice to getting everything straight. And I'm going to show you right now how I do it. It's just your control on your sewing machine. I have a huge foot pedal and I have a variable speed motor. I have it cranked down. I can crank it up real fast. And if you don't have that, if your sewing machine is just step on the pedal and it's 1,000 miles an hour, it's not going to be controllable. Yeah, that's my Roscoe P. Coltrane. I actually met him. I got his autograph, and my good buddy is friends with him. So, well, he passed away now. He was good friends with him. All right, so let me show you what we're gonna do. I'm standing up when I do this. I had my pedal set up so I could stand up behind the machine. All right, what I want to do is just let it flow. You don't want to twist. You don't want to twist it while you're going. Just let it go. Follow the line. And I lock it in. And that's rinse and repeat, basically, a couple thousand times here. Yeah, the reason I tell you that, like, if you go to a machine shop or somebody who builds motors, they're going to be the best they can be at building motors. Makes sense. But when you're restoring vehicles, you got to know everything. You got to know a little bit of this, electrical. I wire the cars. I enjoy it. That's why I'm doing this. I enjoy doing upholstery. I really, for some reason, I don't know, just called getting old, but I like replicating crappy interiors, I guess. Taking the crappy interior that's beat and just making it new again, just done. All right, here's something cool. I lost my bottom thread. It broke. Oh, it happens. It happens. It's stuck too. There we go. why that did that. When I lose the bottom thread, I have to start over. So now I gotta go back and take this out. Yeah, unfortunately, when you lose the bottom thread, I'd rather not start over here. So I gotta take this thread all back out. Since it's been so cold too, normally my upholstery season is it's winter time. I do a lot of upholstery in the winter time. Well, like I said, it's been probably, I put the posi in the Charger probably, I think it was after Christmas. I mean, that's when it started to get cold. And I have heat in the garage. I don't feel like, I have other things to do. How's that? I mean, the interior on this Charger is it's kind of endless. I haven't even ordered the carpet kit for it yet. I want to get the seats done, and I'm still looking for front seats. I have Challenger seats, but I want to find the original seats for the car. I don't care what shape they're in. So if anybody out there has a set, I appreciate it. We could use it. Yeah, that's all right. This happens. Just got to pull this thread back out and start over. Yeah, so I was, you know, I'm on every forum you could think of because I'm always looking for cars and parts, and I like to interact with people about things, you know, automotive related. And man, you go on, I was on an upholstery site, and man, were they browbeaten. They're just browbeaten. I was like, man, this is not right. That doesn't make any sense. Everybody's, you know, everybody, I don't care who you are, you're good at something. Doesn't mean you should either, I don't know, the way I look at it, you should probably help the person trying to learn, not just condescend them to death. You know, it's just, that happens on every site, you know. But overall, people that I come in contact with in, you know, the hot rod community, let's say, great people. And I'm going to have more guests on next week. Could be Hot Rod Larry, could be Harley from California. We'll see. I enjoy talking to people about, you name it, hot rods, the past. As you see, I'm not watching football, so if you're on here and you're not watching football, I guess you're kind of on the same page I am. I really don't care. It's not my thing. All right, that was a boo-boo. We had to fix the boo-boo here. That's what I'm doing. The thread broke. The thread broke mid-run of the stitching, and if I didn't take it all the way back out and start over, somebody will, I'll know it's there. It'll bother me. But it's okay if it bothers me. But when somebody else sees it and then, you know, oh, you suck, or I don't know, you left this You left the stitch out or something. All right. There we go. Back to business. Yeah, once again, in case you're just tuning in, what I'm doing, I am doing a rear seat pattern. Here, I have it all marked out in grease pencil, each line. Each line I measured so they're all straight as can be, okay? And once I sew the stitching in, let me finish these last couple runs here. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't look right either. What the heck is going on? Huh. What the heck's it doing? Oh, that's not right. It just popped off. What the heck? See, that has to have tension on it. That has no tension on it. I don't know what happened. But you know what can happen. That's right. Anything. Alright. I have a backup bobbin. Let's see if that fixes it. Alright, let's see if that did it. For those of you who are curious, I'm using a Consew CP14RL machine. I know I like the Consew machines. You cannot sew upholstery with like the Singer heavy duty, you know, you can get at let's say Hobby Lobby, wherever. It's not going to work. It's not heavy enough. You got to get a commercial machine. My bottom thread is red. For some reason it's not liking it today. My red bottom thread. I might have to change it. All right. All right, let me finish this up. Keep it nice and straight. Just let it go right down the line. You want these as straight as you can be. You want it to look like it's from the factory. thing doing? It's getting tangled. I normally have no problems with this thing. This machine has been, knock on wood, this machine has been flawless ever since I got it. And I did many interiors with this machine. Almost done. A couple more passes. Hang in there. Yeah. Kind of, you don't need to use the same size thread, like heavy duty, for your bottom thread. It can be a little less girthy. Doesn't have to be as strong as the top thread, but, and that's because you can fit more thread on the bobbin then, but I can crank this machine up to where, you know, it'll go 100 miles an hour, but I don't really see the, you can really screw up quick when it's going that fast. And I don't know, I think it's not really the greatest for the machine, to be honest with you. Got 3 more passes. Oh, yeah, great. All right. Whoop, get back to where I was. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that gets off too, the upper thread. This rarely happens though. I have not had this happen that much with this machine. Now, I want to get a another console, the RB 200. What's the other console? It has the longer neck. I'm looking at that, but you know what? I really like this machine. Other than it makes a noise, makes a lot of noise, but. I'm surprised anybody came on tonight because of the football game, but I guess there's more people out there like me who doesn't really care about that. I always lock in my stitches too on either end, even though I'm gonna sew. I'm gonna sew my piping around the outside. I still lock it in. That way it holds the stitch tight, because I don't want that to move. Man, once you have it all set up and you have your seat done, the last thing you want to do is go fix that. You don't want to fix one of your thread runs, man, that's like a nightmare. All right, now what do we got going on? Yeah, actually, I really think it's the bottom thread. The bottom thread I'm using, not a big fan of, but I want to use red, you know. I want to use red on the bottom, and for some reason, it's not liking me tonight. Let's see here. Yeah, this is all right. I got plenty in there. Oh, I came out of the... One thing I can say about this machine, or I don't know what, this one's different and that one's different, but this machine likes everything to be specifically ran exact. You have to thread it from the left to the right. The needle has to be just right. This, you know, each machine has their own quirks to it. And once you get some runtime behind it, you'll figure out what your machine likes. And it's pretty. I like the console. I know everybody likes the Juki, but whatever. I don't know. That's a lot of money. 5,000, I think they are. It's like a snap-on toolbox, basically, right? Is it necessary? I don't know. It's up to the guy who's fixing the car. See, that doesn't sound right. It's going. That looks good. I got another pass, and I'm out of here. Got one more pass. What can go wrong? Like, I was out here sewing before I did the live stream. I was out here sewing probably for like an hour before I started doing the live stream, and this thing was cruising along nice. I don't know what it decided to do, but I need one more pass out of you, then I'll look at you. Let's get one more. Now, that's done. I got the whole pattern. I think I got to fix one run though, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So, I got each individual line, okay, straight as we possibly can get it. Alright, so I suggest just taking your time. What's the hurry? You can crank this thing up. I can crank this thing up so fast that you can't even see the material. It goes so fast. There's no reason for it. Now, what I use next, well, the camera's backwards. Mineral spirits, alright? This is what takes off the grease pencil. It's the only thing I use on vinyl to clean it is mineral spirits. All right, wipe it down. I'm just wiping off the center because I still need my lines on the other side. And hey, look up. I'll show you. All right. Normally I wait till the seat's done to wipe it down, but I want to show you what it looks like. So when you take off the chalk, or not the chalk, the grease pencil. Get a whole box of these things, China pencils, right? Grease pencils, whole box. This is what I use to mark up my vinyl. And I can still see one of these lines is no good. I had to fix this one right here. Yeah, that one right there. But other than that, this is ready to cut out. I'm ready to put the piping on, cut it out. And if you remember from the last video, all my markings, these lines here, these are all transferred from my pattern. So I don't want them to come off. I'm not wiping them off. What else we got going? Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Patience. I have a lot of patience. Yeah, you know what? Not that I can't talk and do things at the same time. I'm Italian. I need my hands. So, what I like to, if you follow my videos and you follow my live chats, the people I talk to, I always stress the fact that whatever knowledge like the older fellas have, you got to get it out of them, because I have a lot of friends up in age. When I say up in age, they're in their 80s, late 70s, 80s. A lot of my friends who are into hot rodding. I'm a hot rodder. I was born at the wrong time of, I was born in the wrong century, okay? So I enjoy their company because I like to hear the information you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of information out of them that you're not going to get off of, let's say, the Googler. You're going to Google this stuff. That's nonsense. You need practical, real, true life information. And I get it. I get it because I eat it up. So whatever I've learned over the years, it comes from listening. It doesn't come from I know everything. Because if you know everything, you're never going to learn anything. And that's true. So when you're hanging out with somebody who, an old timer that did upholstery, I listen, old timer that works on the old cars. I always listen and remember what they said, because it's good stuff. Yes, we're doing car seats. We're doing 67 Charger car seats. And let me flash the camera back. I want to show you some more things here that I'm doing. All right. Stay focused. So, this would be the back. Yeah. This is the back of the seat. And this folds down. This would fold down. This has carpet on it. And let me just show you here. This folds down. This is the buddy seat. This all has to be redone. This flips. Is that down? This flips down. And then there's another one that goes in the back. This flips down to the back. All this has to get redone. So we have a lot of episodes to go through. This is only 67. The 66 didn't have this. The 66 was a complete console that ran through. They did this in 67 because people complained you you can't get the kid out of the right side if he's jumping over the seat. So they took care, they put a space in it now that this flips up. I got to redo that. This is the bottom, this is the front, this goes back to the seat. Yes. So this is the inside of the rear. No, this goes in between the front seats. This goes in between the front seats, armrest, and then it flips up to like a somewhat of a bench. All this gets redone as we go. Now, I have, like I showed you before, these would be the new rear bottoms. I have a lot to do yet. I'm going to order the carpet for this thing shortly. All right, I'm going to order the carpet for this thing real soon. I don't want to get too much ahead of myself because, like I said, there's a door sitting here. This door has to be, the door on the car is coming off. I got to swap it with this door. I got to do all the body work on this door. And yeah, well, the Indiana is far away. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in eastern Pennsylvania. And yeah, I appreciate everybody, you know, just in general. I just did it. You know what? I just did a 67 Impala seats. If you go back on my videos, I did the whole front and rear bench. Like I just did my Olympic, I call this my Olympic seat now, I guess. Stars and Stripes. You know, I had somebody complain that I listen, when I've been doing this channel for going on 3 years now, and you wouldn't believe the great people out there, the great people that have nothing but nice things to say and contribute. And then you have the people that just I don't know where they come from. But I had a guy argue with me over the seat, how it's disrespectful. Now, I was in the Army. I was in the 7th Infantry. So I was in the Army. I'm not going to do anything disrespectful. And I'm thinking to myself, well, didn't Evel Knievel, wasn't he covered in Stars and Stripes? And aren't the Olympics, doesn't everybody have stars and stripes on their uniform? Same thing, Stars and Stripes on its seat. That's not disrespectful. Plus, it's only 11 stars. And if I didn't tell you that was an American flag, I could say it's an Evel Knievel seat, right? I'm getting off topic. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, so don't move. Now what happens next here is exactly what I'm going to go over with you real quick, because I know I'm not going to sit here and make piping all night. That is boring. Everybody will fall asleep, including myself. But I need to make some piping. Now it's not going to be black, but it's going to be, this is piping. For those of you, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And this is my border. The piping goes on the border, whole 9 yards. And this is what I use to sew the side pieces on. I got to make a lot of this. I did accomplish what I wanted to accomplish sewing this up, because now I can put the whole thing, basically I can put the whole thing back together. I ordered more foam. You would not believe the price of just foam. I'm going to show you. Don't move. Here. All right. Here's a piece of it. Let me show you. Yeah, just the price for some 1/4-inch scrim back foam. I ordered. I usually order like 10 yards of it at a clip, both 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. It's like $100. I ordered a couple yards. It was $100 for scrim back foam. Okay, the vinyl itself is probably just a slightly more. So the cost of materials is ridiculous. Which, believe me, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the cost of everything is ridiculous. Like I don't want to get into car parts and everything, but yeah, car parts is up. I'm still looking for front seats for a 67 Charger. If you want to go, I'll go show you what I'm dealing with. Let me go show you what I'm dealing with. I have 66. Come on, we're gonna go for a walk. This will be fun. All right. So I have. There's the seats done already. I have. There's my interior. Well, let me get the light on. All right. I don't know if those you. There's the interior I did on my 56. Okay. Everything. Interior. The door skins. Everything's custom. Everything came out of my brain and just that's what I wanted to do. Now, the Charger that I'm restoring. I'm going to show you. Let me get the ladder here. All right. Here's the Charger. The door's shut. All right. So I have in the Charger right now, I have a set of, these are 1970 Challenger seats, the high backs. I don't want them. I do not want them. They are worth more than the Charger seats, but boy, if anybody has a set of 67 Charger seats, I would swap them, okay? Because I cannot find them. I've been looking. I've been looking for Charger seats for over a year now. I mean, I find them here and there, but I haven't been able to find any like in drivable distance because I really don't plan on shipping seats. I could just imagine how much shipping would be because shipping's ridiculous too. But I plan on finding some this spring at the swap meet. Swap meets, obviously it's in the spring. I think it's April, the Carlisle meet. But it's hit or miss. And I'm looking for junk seats too. I don't need anything because I'm going to reupholster them anyway. I really just need the frames or what's left of them. But I'm going to finish this up now. I have all the parts from the seat. I always put everything in a bag. Anything I take apart and it's marked. It's marked, Charger seat. But this guy here, I'm going to reuse this because go on year one and look how much this is. All right. There's nothing wrong with this. I just got to clean this up. This is going to go back in the center. Yeah. And I'm looking for turn signals too. I think I have one turn signal. Year one or what was the other place? Not year one. Auto parts. Classic Industries. Boom. Classic Industries wants $500 for the little turn signals. I can't rack that in my brain. I didn't pay. Man, we used to get cars for less than that, the whole car. So anyway, listen, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm watching. I got the Olympics on here. I don't even know what's going on with the Olympics. I like curling. Curling seems fun. They scream a lot and they throw that rock. But if you like this sort of thing, listen, I'm going to do Sunday nights, usually my Sunday Night Live, where we talk about cars. I got guests on. But I'd like to do some sewing, live sewing like I'm showing you here, and continue on this seat. That way I could put all the videos together. You know, when I took it apart, I'm doing the cushion, sewing this up, putting it back together. So I'm gonna continue this. I'm gonna wait till the next time I'm live to do this seat. I have customers stuff I do. This is my own seat, so I can do this whenever I get time, which I don't have any normally. That seems how that goes. So I want to thank everybody subscribing. I want to thank everybody stopping by. I finally have a merchandise on my homepage. Go to my homepage. It's 2025. I got my t-shirts, hats, mugs, coffee mugs. I'm going to get more stuff, I guess. I don't know. Cool stuff. And we're going to roll with it. A lot of people ask me too. Yeah, I actually used to teach guitar when I was younger. I can actually play that thing. Probably not as good as I used to. But I can play it. I mean, ever since Eddie Van Halen passed, I kind of lost interest. Kind of still hurt about that. But yeah, people have asked me about that. Why do I have a guitar? I do play it, and I actually have a SoundCloud page that I put together years ago. Before I leave, I want to go over one more thing about what's going on. We're going to finish this seat 100%. I want you to see what it takes. Now, if I didn't have to talk, and you weren't here, I would bang this seat out pretty good, pretty quick. Explaining things takes a little bit longer. Plus, I get sidetracked and we start talking about other things. But that's just how unfortunately, that's how I am. But we are going to continue. I got to make a lot of piping. We're going to get this all together. So next time I have a live session, which will probably be, I could do it this week, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I don't really have a date. Maybe Tuesday night live, 8 o'clock. We'll do some more live sewing. We'll finish this seat, and then I have a dash pad that we have to redo. Maybe I'll do a class on that. That's pretty fun. You can't screw that up. You can't burn it with a heat gun, but it requires a lot of glue. And if you don't have good ventilation, it really, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So watch the video on this seat, because this seat, the video I did on this seat, I just have it, it's only like the beginning. Wait till you see, I'm going to redo the interior, some things on the interior yet of this vehicle. And that's just one of the things that we're going to do. And yeah, cool. Oh, plain Nirvana. Oh, what kind of glue? Yeah. I think I went over this earlier, but I'll go over it again. The only glue. This is the only glue I use. It's backwards. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube got to figure this out with their little software. But anyway, this is the glue I use. I use this glue. Check this out. I use this glue, and I use Hobo Freight. These used to be like $15. I think they're up to $30 now. So I kind kind of use them and then I chuck them. But now that they're getting more expensive, I kind of don't. I have a brand new one on hand to replace it. But what I do is I fill the gun with this, and I run. Obviously, got my compressor out there, and I do not thin this. This gets dumped right in the spray gun. Okay, do not thin it, and I think this was like, it came down in price, but I think this was almost $80 at one time for a gallon of this. It's absolutely insane. It went from like 53, then it just started going up. Go on Amazon right now, because Amazon will deliver this. This is highly explosive, flammable. It has skulls and crossbones and stuff on it. So there was a time where they were not delivering this for some reason that I don't know. But this is the best stuff, all right, for blue eyes. And I'm going to use this on the dash pad we're going to do, because this stuff is the best, all right. And I already showed you this stuff. The spray adhesive in a can is not the best. This is just a temporary spray to hold. I use it to like spray my foam, my vinyl on before I can sell it. That's it. This stuff is not good for doing upholstery. Yeah, I mean, I think they make that, you don't have to buy a gallon of it. I know they make a 5-gallon can of that stuff, but they make a smaller can too. You don't really need to get a gallon of it. Yeah, I've used other glue before, and I gravitated to that. That's what my peers used, and I found that that's what most reputable places use. They use this. This is what they use. This is all they use, really. This stuff right here. Because when there's a video I did a complete interior on a Cadillac, a 46 Cadillac. Go back in my videos. They're in there somewhere. I did an interior on a Cadillac, and I must have used 2 gallons of that on just everything. Everything was held in place, and you don't want your fabric vinyl peeling off the interior of your car sitting. This stuff is the best. I do anything you think of. I use this. I don't put it on my toast in the morning, but I put it on anything, vinyl. Yeah, that's about it. All right, let me flip you back around. Oh, wait a minute. Go like this. Ooh. All right. Okay, we're back. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube doesn't have. The writing's backwards on my shirt. I can see it's on my hat. It's backwards. I don't know why they don't fix that. Because if I flip my camera around the other way, I can't. I have my computer here. I'm watching. I'm watching people. Yeah, you watch the Caddy build. Yeah, you listen. That Cadillac. I didn't finish the jump seats in it. The owner sold that car. But that Cadillac, that 46 Cadillac, came here with nothing. The interior was completely blown out. I had to fabricate a lot of that from pictures from another Cadillac. So it was a pretty intense build. and the Cadillac sat here. I mean, that's another thing. Try sticking a 46 Cadillac limousine in your garage. It is probably, it was inches from my workbench, and it was inches from the garage door. It was brutal. I definitely, if I hit the lottery, I'm gonna have a 12-car garage with, you know, room to put a lot of Cadillacs. How many doors? It had suicide doors. It had the front doors for the driver, or just regular doors, but then the back was suicide doors going into where the I don't know, the royalty would sit at the time. Now, not to give you history on that Cadillac, but a lot of families would get together and they would pitch in their money back in the day, and the families would all pitch in and buy those cars. Like, I'm an Italian family, but our family would pitch in and they would have that car. They would have the family Cadillac, and that was a big thing back then. And that Cadillac that was in that video had the same motor that the Stuart tank back in World War II had. So the drivetrain basically was from the tank from World War II, and the thing was, man, that thing was you could set your coffee on that motor. That motor did not move when it was running. It was an old flathead with the transmission out of the tank. I forget what the transmission was at this point, but I'm rambling. Excellent motor. There had no oil filter in it either. It was weird. You had to, like, I don't know what they thought of back then. And the motor is still running to this day. And that's my other thing I gripe about is, you know, the longevity of brand new cars are 5 to 8 years. So anything that's running from 1970 and back is still going to outlast anything on the road today, isn't it? So that's a cool thing. That's why the old cars have to be saved, and that's why old cars never die, because as long as you restore them, they will outlast anything on the road. And what was the other stat I saw? 90 some percent of new cars. I'm spitballing here. Something like 90 some percent of all new cars they only make it to 5 to 8 years. I think that was the stat I saw. Yeah, it's incredible. But anyway, we're getting off topic. If you want to see anything specific, you know, I'm going to finish this seat, and I'm going to do the dash pad. The dash pad is out of a 63 Bonneville. Actually, we're going to do this. This is shot. It's already peeled off. We are going to prep this and wrap this with the heat gun, a lot of glue, and some blue vinyl. That's going to come up. I've been working on getting that done. But anyway, I've talked enough. I appreciate everybody coming out, and that was a big deal on the roll. What's the big deal on the tuck and roll in the 70s? I'm not sure tuck and roll was huge in the 70s. Tuck and roll was huge in the late 50s. Here's some tuck and roll I made. There's a couple different ways. This is actually tuck and roll. The seat. This seat's tuck and roll with cotton. This is tuck and roll with foam. And this is a 2-inch. I'm sorry, 2-inch. This is a 1/2-inch foam. This is 1/2-inch foam. What I wrapped the seat tonight with and sewn. This is 1/4-inch. So you can see how fat these go. This is from the pattern I did for the 31 truck. And go back in the videos. I got almost 900 videos out right now on my channel. Man, that went quick. But if you go back, there's a 31 Ford truck. I did a tuck and roll. This was the basic design that I came up with before I put it in. So I had something. I always save this stuff. I don't know. I save everything. I really shouldn't. But the tuck and roll back then, like if you watch American Graffiti, prime example, I always reference that. Richie Cunningham's car, the Chevy with the white Chevy with the red tuck and roll. That was all custom. I don't think tuck and roll came from it wasn't a factory option. I could be wrong, but that was from a local upholsterer did that. So it's just something real cool that they did. And if you get into the 60s, you get the metallic vinyls and like a gasser, and we're gonna do some of that soon too. I like those metallic colors. I might redo my stool here with it. We'll get some metallic diamonds or something on there. But anyway, cool. I appreciate everybody coming out. I'm gonna get rolling. I've been yapping for an hour now. Crazy. Try to stay warm. I think it's starting to warm up here in the Northeast this week because I had enough of the cold. My cars are cold, and that makes me sad, right? But stay tuned for more. I appreciate everybody coming out. Super Bowl weekend, and I'm watching the Olympics right now. But anyway, nice to see you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.